This video is a PSL guide of the sample tests used by ASER for testing English, Urdu, arithmetic, and general knowledge for deaf students. It includes key words for each tool. Instructions and guidelines. Watch the video before conducting the tests with your students. Familiarize yourself with the content and instructions. At the time of the test, introduce yourself to the student. Inform them about the tests you will be conducting. Kindly fold the test papers before conducting the test as per the given instructions on each test paper. Tick the highest level of learning that the student achieves during the test. 2 samples of each ASER testing tool, English, Mathematics, Urdu, and General Knowledge, will be given to you. Both samples can be used. English Competency Assessment. Test Sample 1 and key words. Capital letters. Sample 1. Small letters. Sample 1. Words. Sample 1. Sentences. Sample 1. Key words. English Test 1. Cup. Goat. Bus. Fast. Cold. Pen. Life. Easy. Sleep. Blue. Early. School. Class. Student. Cat. White. English Competency Assessment. Test Sample 2 and key words. Capital letters. Sample 2. Small letters. Sample 2. Words. Sample 2. Sentences. Sample 2. Keywords, English Test 2. Park. Rose. Cow. Bat. Tree. Help. Tea. hand, apple, sister, stories, kind, much, brother, fast, football, English competency assessment. How to assess and what criteria to use for categorizing a student's ability in English is as follows. Capital letters. Start from capital letters / alphabets and show the paper to the student with the first test of capital letters / alphabets facing the student. Ask the student to recognize any 5 capital letters / alphabets, out of which 4 must be correct. Let the student choose the letters her / himself. If the student cannot choose, then point to 5 randomly chosen alphabets on the sheet. Capital letters, sample 1. Capital letters, sample 2. If the student cannot recognize 4 out of 5 capital letters / alphabets, then mark the student as beginner / nothing level student. If the student can recognize at least 4 out of 5 capital letters / alphabets, then show the student the list of small letters / alphabets. If the student can read 4 out of 5 capital letters, but is struggling with identifying small letters, mark the student as capital letters / alphabets level student. Remember to ask only 5 alphabets so you are able to assess correctly. English competency assessment, small letters. Ask the student to recognize any 5 small letters / alphabets from the letter list. Let the student choose the letters him / herself. If the student cannot choose, then point to 5 randomly chosen alphabets on the sheet. If the student can read 4 out of 5 small letters / alphabets with ease, then show the student the list of words. Small letters, sample 1. Small letters, sample 2. If the student can recognize 4 out of 5 small letters, but is struggling with reading words, then mark the student as small letters / alphabets level student. English competency assessment, words. If the student can read 4 out of 5 small letters, show the student words and ask the student to identify 5 words, out of which 4 must be correct. Words Sample 1. Words Sample 2. If the student can correctly read at least 4 out of 5 words, then show the student the list of sentences. If the student does not want to read the sentences or is unable to do so, mark the student as word level student. English Competency Assessment Sentences. Ask the student to read 4 sentences given. If the student can read at least 2 out of the 4 sentences as a complete sentence, then mark the student as a sentence level student. Sentences Sample 1. Sentences Sample 2. Urdu Reading Assessment. Test Sample 1 and Key Words. Sample 1 Words. Sample 1 Letters. Sample 1 Story. Sample 1 Sentences. Urdu Test Sample 1 Key Words.
सर्दी, जगह, रेल, खुश, हिरन, रोशन, पहाड़, सूरज, काम, सड़क, किताब, पसंद, मुख्तलिफ, किस्म, नज़्में, कहानियां, रोजाना, कमरे, हालत, हैरान, ठीक, बिखरा, सामान, छिलके, फिसला, जख्मी, डॉक्टर, मरहम पट्टी, माफी, वादा, ख्याल, सालगिरह, दोस्त, खिलौने, अब्बू,
Urdu Reading Assessment. Sample 2 and key words. Sample 2 words. Sample 2 letters. Sample 2 story. Sample 2 sentences. Urdu test sample 2 key words.
कागज, जूता, सितारा, दुनिया, गर्मी, कमरा, दरिया, दोस्त, कलम, रात, साल, मौसम, बहार, पसंद, किस्म, फूल, खेलते, प्यारे, किसान, अनाज, उगाता, खेतों, पानी, मेहनत, फसल, फल, आंधी, चिड़ियों, घोंसले, दरख्तों, जमीन, अफसोस, बूढ़ी, समझाया, मदद, दोबारा, इकट्ठे, शुरू, तिनके, वजह, बुजुर्ग, रवानी,
Urdu Reading Assessment. How to assess and what criteria to use for categorizing students' ability in Urdu reading is as follows. Sentences. Start from the paragraph and ask the student to read any one easy paragraph. Listen carefully when the student reads. Ask the student to read the sentences fluently. Sample 1. Sentences. Sample 2. Sentences. The student may read slowly and may stop frequently. But as long as the student is reading the text like she/he is reading a sentence rather than a string of words, mark the student as sentence level student. Urdu Reading Assessment, Story. Once you have decided that this student is a sentence level student, ask the student to read the story fluently. Sample 1. Story. Sample 2. Story. If the student reads the story fluently with ease and speed, mark the student a story level student. Ask bonus questions from the students who are at story level. If the student's answer to the bonus question is correct, mark yes. Otherwise, mark no. Urdu Reading Assessment, Words. If a student is reading sentences very slowly and stops between words for a long time, or is reading the text like it is one word after another and therefore not reading text like she/he is reading a sentence, then the student is not a sentence level student. Then you should take the student to one level lower and ask the student to read words. Ask the student to read any 5 words from the word list. Let the student choose the words. If she/he does not choose, then point out the words to her/him. Sample 1. Words. Sample 2. Words. If the student can read 4 words out of 5, then mark the student as a word level student. If the student cannot correctly read at least 4 out of 5 words, then show the list of letters. Do not let the student read more than 5 words because it will be difficult for you to select which 4 or 5 words are to be marked correct. Urdu Reading Assessment, Letters. Ask the student to recognize any 5 letters from the letter list. Let the student choose the letters. If she/he does not choose, then point out letters to the student. Sample 1. Letters. Sample 2. Letters. If the student can correctly recognize at least 4 out of 5 letters with ease, mark the student as a letter level student. If the student cannot read 4 out of 5 letters correctly, then mark the student as a beginner/nothing level student. Only asks the student to read any 5. Please remember that choice should be given to the student. Arithmetic Tools. Test Sample 1 and key words. Sample 1. Number recognition 1 to 9. Number recognition 10 to 99. Number recognition 100 to 200. Sample 1. Subtraction. Division. Arithmetic Tools. Test Sample 2 and key words. Sample 2. Number recognition 1 to 9. Number recognition 10 to 99. Number recognition 100 to 200. Sample 2. Subtraction. Division. Key words. Arithmetic Sample 1 and 2. Subtraction. Division. Solve. Sum. Number. Section. Division problem. Arithmetic Competency Assessment. How to assess and what criteria to use for categorizing students' ability in arithmetic is as follows. Subtraction. Start from subtraction and show the paper to the student with the first test of subtraction facing the student. Ask the student to solve any 2 sums. Both must be correct. Let the student choose any 2 sums. If the student cannot choose, then choose any 2 sums for the student. Sample 1. Sample 2. If the student correctly does both, then show the student the division problems. If the student does not want to attempt the division problem or is unable to do it, then mark the student as a subtraction level student. Arithmetic Competency Assessment Division. If the student wants to attempt the division problem, ask the student to solve any one sum. Let the student choose one to try. If not, then you can pick one. Then write the problem on a piece of paper and ask the student to solve it. Sample 1. Sample 2. If the student is able to follow the right method and come to the right answer, then mark the student as a division level student. If the student is unable to do one division problem, mark the student as a subtraction level student. Arithmetic Competency Assessment. Number recognition 100 to 200. If the student cannot correctly do the subtraction problem, then give the student the number recognition 100 to 200 task. Ask the student to recognize any 5 numbers. Sample 1. Sample 2. If the student can correctly identify at least 4 out of 5 numbers, then mark the student as number recognition 100 to 200 student. If not, then give the student the number recognition 10 to 99 task. Arithmetic Competency Assessment, number recognition 10 to 99. Ask the student to recognize any 5 numbers. Sample 1. Sample 2. The student can correctly identify at least 4 out of 5 numbers, then mark the student as a number recognition 10 to 99 student. If not, then give the student the number recognition 1 to 9 task. Arithmetic Competency Assessment, Number Recognition 1 to 9. Ask the student to recognize any 5 numbers. Sample 1. Sample 2. If the student can correctly identify at least 4 out of 5 numbers, then mark the student as Number Recognition 1 to 9 student. If the student cannot recognize 4 out of 5 numbers from the 1 to 9 number recognition list, then mark the student at the beginner/nothing level student. General knowledge. Test sample 1 and key words. Sample 1. English. Sample 1. Arithmetic. General knowledge. Test sample 2 and key words. Sample 2. English. Sample 2. Arithmetic. Key words. General knowledge, English. Look. Pictures. Bathing. Washing hands. Brushing teeth. Playing. Reading books. Drawing pictures. Keywords, general knowledge, arithmetic. Largest. 60 seconds. ED. General knowledge competency assessment. How to assess and what criteria to use for categorizing students' ability in general knowledge is as follows. English. This section should only be asked children who are at word level on English. Begin by asking the student to see the pictures in question 1 and then ask the given questions from the student. Sample 2. Mark yes if the student answers correctly. Otherwise, mark as no. Then move on to question number 2. Ask the student to complete the sentences by identifying the picture. Sample 1. Sample 2. If the student answers any two correctly, mark the student as yes, otherwise as no. General Knowledge Competency Assessment, Arithmetic. Ask the student, ages 5 to 16, to attempt the math portion of the General Knowledge test. Ask the student to pick the largest number in question 1. Ask the student to solve the word problems in question 2 and 3. The person can sign the questions to the student. Sample 1. Sample 2. If the student attempts the questions correctly, mark the student as yes, otherwise mark as no.